and gentlemen, before our number 3 nationally ranked Ohio State Buckeyes lay a smackdown on the Oregon Ducks in the shoe, I'd like for you to put your hands together for my homies from the ultimate college football road trip, my brother from another mother and my sister from another mister. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up in the 614. Give them a big O-H-I-O for Mark Titus and Charlotte Wilder.
There it is. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm Charlotte Wilder. This is Mark Titus. We are here on the Ultimate College Football Road Trip sponsored by Dos Equis, and it is a true joy to be in Columbus. For those of you who don't know who we are, we work for Fox Sports. We have a podcast together.
Yep.
You definitely know who Mark is if you're from Ohio, but I'm Charlotte Wilder, and I'm going to let him take it away.
I just want to say this off the top. There are way too many Oregon fans here. I'm going to say to all you what Evan Turner... No. I have the microphone. I'm going to say to all you what Evan Turner told me in practice every day at Ohio State. Nobody wants you here. Go home. You're not welcome. You're not welcome. I do appreciate you guys putting on your shirt how many times you beat Ohio State. I see everyone wearing the 0 on there. That's really nice. I like that touch. Listen, man, this is exciting times. The Varsity Club is my favorite bar on campus. It is the only bar that I enjoyed as a 19-year-old that I still enjoy as a 34-year-old, and that means something to me. So it's good to be back here, Charlotte.
It's so good, and we want to thank Dos Equis for sponsoring this whole thing. It feels like a cheat code that I am somehow being paid to go from campus to campus. There are samples going around. There's a deal on Dos Equis. Get a lot of beer. You'll need it to get through our show. I'm kidding. We're very engaging. But we want you to be a part of this. We've got producer Jim with the mic, and he's going to be around here. So if we ask you guys questions and you've got something to say, I mean, try to be nice, but if you can't, at least say something. And we're going to have a fun show here.
We are going to have a fun show, Charlotte. It is good to be back in Columbus. For those who don't know, I went to school here. I lived here for 13 years. And they say, Charlotte, that no man steps in the same river twice, because he's never the same man and it's never the same river. And coming back here, I learned very quickly, first of all, I'm not the same man. I moved to California.
Yep.
I grew my hair out.
You did.
As you do when you move to California. I eat food with seasoning on it. That's a change I've made in my life.
Sometimes vegetables?
But also, I came back here. This is not the same river. This is what the hell happened to High Street is what I want to know. This is like, where did all the bars go on High Street? It is crazy. I think that's the sign of getting older, is like you just go back to places you feel like are home, and then you go, why did they change all of this?
Right.
And then, yeah.
It's supposed to be exactly as it was when I left, and it's supposed to never change.
Yep.
I can change, but the place I'm from can't. And when it does, it's a little rattling. But
yep.
How's it feel to be back here? I mean, you spent the day, you had a really great time.
Yep.
What did you do with your good pal, Greg Oden?
Greg and I, we went all over campus. We, first of all, we started at, look at this. This is my Buck ID from...
Oh, yeah, check this out.
Give me a breakdown of that headshot. There's me and Greg. Yeah, Greg just got put on staff at Ohio State. He's now an assistant coach there. He is the nicest guy. I loved hanging out with one of our producers, Jim, was going around with us, and he just kept turning to me and he's like, "Is Greg like this all the time? Or is he just doing this for the camera?" We here we are at Mirror Lake. So there's a story about, they used to have this tradition back in the day where we would jump in Mirror Lake for the Michigan game. We're here at the Oval. I don't know. It was a good time. It was good to be back. Greg was only here for a year, though. That's what, like, I had this idea of us to go to all the places where that meant a lot to us in college. Greg was never of age here.
Yeah.
Greg was, yes. So he was looking around at me. He's like, the only places I really know are the dorm and the arena. There's not much else, and yeah, that's when I remember that Greg was a one-year player.
We got a video here of you guys.
Yeah.
Walking and talking.
There we go.
Can you guys hear that? Is that audio going?
No, there's no audio.
No audio on that one?
I don't think we can hear anything, by the way.
Yeah, it's
there are too many Oregon fans.
We got some Oregon fans being
yes.
Maybe
arrest them. Arrest them all.
Maybe you could tell
Security.
your guys in the back.
Security. Arrest them all. Arrest them.
What was one?
I don't get it.
You know, the thing about Mark is that he took
was that
being
a walk-on?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
He took being a walk-on and turned it into one of the greatest sports media careers ever.
This is great.
So I think the joke's on you.
Yeah, I love coming back home and getting heckled, Charlotte. It's good to be here. God bless you all. God bless Varsity Club for opening this up at the prime time of 5 p.m. locally. Charlotte, you got to you got recruited to play basketball here basically yesterday. Yeah.
I did. Well, so Mark was a walk-on, and he spent time with Greg Oden yesterday. They went down memory lane. I got to live in the present. But before we talk about that, I would like to play a game. On our podcast, we play a game called Which Number is Greater? Which sounds like a very simple game. You know, you say 12, someone says 7, and the answer is obviously that 7 is the greater number. But we have a game where I'm going to do this with Ohio State. Mark is usually the one who gives me these questions, so I feel very powerful right now. Mark, here's my first one for you, and then I'm going to need the crowd. We've got producer Jim with the mic, and you guys will have a chance to answer this. But Mark, which number is greater? The number of trees in the Grove or the number of students in the Ohio State marching band?
The number of trees in Buckeye Grove, which is you plant a tree for every All-American, is my understanding.
Yes.
Or the number of students. So,
It's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
You were there
I'm
yesterday,
gonna go
were you?
I'm going to go with All-Americans only because I feel like it's All-Americans. I looked at the trees. I looked at the people on the field practicing in the band. I'm going to go with All-Americans. I felt like there are more.
Unfortunately, you are incorrect.
I'm wrong?
Yes. There are 199 trees as of December 2019. I can't imagine that many more have grown since. I think trees grow fairly slowly.
I have a question. Which number is greater, Charlotte? The number of people paying attention to anything we're saying or the number of points I scored at Ohio State?
You know,
if you had to guess.
Definitely the latter. Definitely
if you had to guess.
The latter. However, there are 228 students in the marching band.
There are 228?
228 students.
The Indiana band, I'm pretty sure they're called the Marching 100. And, like, when I was growing up, going to IU game, yeah, there's an IU fan. The Marching 100. But, like, they branded their band as though, like, 100 people was a lot for a marching band. So that's why I thought like Ohio State had like 84 or something, because I thought like Indiana, that's what made them great, was like, because there's nothing else that's good about that band, literally nothing else. So I thought like the whole reason people cared was that they were just like, we'll let anybody be in the band. But you're telling me it's the opposite?
I'm telling you it's the opposite. I'm telling you that 100-person marching band, first of all, 100 people sounds like a lot of people to me, but I will admit that I am very bad at gauging people. Like, you could ask me how many people are in this bar, and I could say 100, or I would also say, like, 600, and I could think I was right.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, but the Ohio State band, which we will get to, you spent some time with them, 228 people, which I think just makes it that much more impressive that they're able to coordinate the way that they are.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Yeah,
we'll get there.
I spent some time with the band. And
here's a number for the crowd, if anyone can hear over the Oregon party in the back there. Where's Jim? All right.
Jim. All right.
How many times...
We got to find someone to play, Jim.
Yeah, who wants to play?
Nobody can hear us.
This
is great.
You want to play?
This is going swimmingly.
All right.
This guy will play.
What's your name? We'll give you the mic.
Jack.
Hello, my name's Jack.
Jack, thank you so much for coming. Here is...
Are you a Buckeye?
Yes, I am. I'm a current student.
What year are you at school?
I'm a junior.
What are you studying?
I'm studying business logistics.
Business logistics.
Business
Nice.
and justice or of justice?
Business
logistics. The
Oh.
logistics of business.
I was like, we got an Avenger here.
Give us an idea of like a problem that degree will solve. Like how is that different from accounting and marketing and?
So logistics is going to deal with getting a thing from one place to another. In the optimal manner. So it's got a lot to do with boxes.
Shipping containers.
Trucks. To be completely honest, I don't know exactly what
So when Amazon says like something will be at my house, and then it's like 12 hours late.
Yeah, that's my job.
That's your fault.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, cool, perfect.
That's
Love
what
it.
I'm doing.
You know, I think our producers know a thing or two about logistics. So, shout out everyone who does logistics. It's very hard, and that's why I don't do them. So, shout out producers and Jack, logistics.
Jack.
Here is which is greater for you. So, this week I learned that John Glenn is from Columbus or Ohio? Just Ohio?
He's
Columbus.
Yeah.
He's from New Concord.
He's from basically Columbus.
Okay, well, everything is. Just we'll call it Columbus. Okay, we'll call it Columbus.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be named after John Glenn. I think space is very cool, so I am into that. So I was researching John Glenn, and he was the first man in. This is a history lesson. You thought you were coming to a sports show, but you're not. This is February 20th, 1962. John Glenn went to space for the first time. Which number is greater? The amount of times that he orbited the Earth, or the number of field goals that Mark Titus scored in his Ohio State career?
That's easy. I'll help you out.
No. Don't tell Jack the answer.
How many did you make? How many did you make when you played at Oregon? You did? I don't remember you. That's interesting. Different years? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
Jack.
Mark, you were on the team when I was very young. I remember you very fondly.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. I appreciate you being a Buckeye. I'm a big Buckeye basketball fan. But I never really remember you doing much. So John Glenn went up once, I believe. I don't know how many times he orbited, but I'm going to go with him.
You would go with
John Glenn.
All right, so Jack, our buddy Jack here said that John Glenn orbited the Earth once.
And he
went up once. He went up once.
He went up once. But the question is, how many times did he orbit the Earth?
I don't know, but it was more than the field goals that Mark did.
Jack's right.
Are you serious?
It was more. John Glenn orbited the Earth 3 times.
Okay, he got it right, but like his logic was.
I know,
so
Jack's
insulting.
logic for a logistics guy a little questionable.
You thought I made literally 0 field goals? What? You thought I made 0 shots?
I don't think you made 0. I knew Mark went to space. No, I knew John Glenn went to space once.
You thought I made 0 shots?
No, I didn't think you made 0. I knew he went up once. I don't know how many times he orbited the Earth.
That's more than 0?
I remember you making a shot. If that counts for anything. I know
For the
it wasn't
record,
0.
Mark,
I just went for John Glenn.
How many field goals did you have
Sorry.
at Ohio State?
I would say 2.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. Congrats on those. I have made 0 field goals and only played college sports for 1 month because I skipped practice to go to a party and got kicked off the team. So I think Mark's really close. It doesn't matter, Mark, because when I say it, I sound like the most obnoxious New England person in the world, but it was squash. So we're going to move on. Who wants to do the next? Which number is greater? We need another volunteer. Got this guy? What's your name, buddy?
Hey, my name's Andy.
Andy?
What's up, Andy?
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're great. We're thrilled you're here. I've got one for you. You ready? What is greater? The number of Buckeyes that the Anthony Thomas Candy Company makes in a year, or Mike Vrabel's net worth according to FullCelebs.com, because he wasn't on CelebrityNetWorth.com.
Wait. Say this again.
Okay,
Explain this, Anthony.
so how many? The number of Buckeyes of the candy that Anthony Thomas Candy Company makes every year, or Mike Vrabel, Ohio State's own Mike Vrabel, the current coach of the Titans, his net worth.
All right. Vrabel played in the NFL for a number of years.
Yeah, but Vrabel's not good with money. Vrabel's the kind of dude that would just buy everybody a round of beers and do that like every night he goes out and look up and I don't know. I'll let you answer. You're the one that's being asked it.
Andy, go with your gut. Go with your gut.
I'm going to say Braves. I'm going to say his net worth.
You're right.
It is Braves.
You're right.
I almost led you astray.
It's Braves. Vrabel, according to this completely illegitimate website that I regularly cite because it's the internet and we can do whatever we want, is worth $10 million. The candy company makes between $5 and $8 million Buckeyes, which is a lot of candy. So, and a lot of money. So good for both of them, right?
Which number is greater? The number of field goals I made at Ohio State or the number of penises Mike Vrabel's willing to cut off to win a Super Bowl?
That's you.
Braves.
That's you, Mark.
Braves.
That's you. All right, we got one more what number is greater here, and I think we might need an Oregon fan for this one.
Fan.
No.
Let's go with the guy who's been chirping us all night. Jim. Producer Jim, give it to that guy standing right there. Yeah.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you? Thank you for coming. I have a question for you. What's your name?
My name's Josh.
Josh? All right. Which number is greater? The number of Ohio State first-round NFL draft picks since 2016 or the number of Oregon first-round NFL draft picks since 2016?
Ohio State.
Oh, yes, it is. It is 16. Oregon has had 3.
Oh, no. Can you name the 3? How many
I'm
are
aware.
the 3? Who are the 3? Who are the 3 from Oregon?
Yeah, can you name the 3?
Who are the 3 from Oregon?
The 3 number 1 first-round draft picks?
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota, Deion Jordan, and Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell? Yeah, that's probably right.
Justin Herbert?
No, it is right. It is. Well, technically with Herbert, it's 4. It's not 3, it's 4.
Justin Herbert, buddy? 4?
It's 4, not 3.
Still not as much as 16.
What about
Anyway.
Peyton Pritchard?
No, wait, you guys are wrong.
Dude.
Oh.
Since 2016, we've had Deion Jordan, Justin Herbert, Marcus Mariota, and Penei Sewell.
Nobody's ever heard of any of those guys. So, I don't know.
So, wait. You've never heard of the Rookie of the Year? You didn't hear about the Rookie of the Year?
Josh, buddy, I'm going to have you give the mic back to producer Jim, but thank you so much for your time. We're going to move on here, and we're going to talk about what it's like to be recruited at Ohio State. Because I had no idea until I showed up yesterday.
Yeah, this was your experience. Did you choose this? We both tried to curate an experience at Ohio State. You look at Josh is rattled, by the way. He's like checking through. He's like, I swear they're wrong.
Josh is on Wikipedia right
now. Who are these guys? Look, Brian. I told him. Look. It's 4. It's 4. It is. They're wrong.
Anyway,
Get them out of here. Okay.
Let's talk about how I got recruited.
Yeah. Why did you choose this? Was this foisted upon you?
It was a choice, and then it was presented to me, and I chose to say yes.
Yeah.
Which is that Mark Titus very graciously put me in touch with Coach Chris Holtmann, the head Ohio State basketball coach. You can see my
This is your breakdown?
Yeah.
You're 100th graded.
Yes.
McDonald's All-American. You missed the Jordan Brand game. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Height is unknown.
Yeah, our producer, one of our graphics producers, asked me my height, and I actually don't know how tall I am.
You don't know your height?
And I kind of like making it a mystery. So anyway, this was my recruiting card. And I got to be honest, coming out of Wisconsin, I was pretty impressed. I left feeling like I might be a Badger fan, and I thought if there was one guy who knew how to recruit, who could really make someone a fan of Ohio State, who convinces people to stake their futures on Ohio State, it was Coach Holtmann. Mark put us in touch.
Yep.
And I spent the day with him. And there's one thing I want to cue up. Producer Kristen, can we cue this up? This was when I first get to the Schottenstein Center, right up here.
So we redid this hallway. This is basically...
Can we hear the audio on this? You guys hear anything?
All
right, well, what happened was I walk in, and every building has the name of a player.
Right.
Very dedicated. It is a very dedicated building. And there's Evan Turner Hallway. And so I asked Coach, I was like, how much, like, what is it going to take for me to have something named after me in this building? He goes, well, you got to have a lot of money, and you have to have been a really good player. And I was like, oh, okay, well, so I'm going to have to work on that. And then I was like, why doesn't Mark have anything named after him? He goes, well, he doesn't have a ton of money, and he wasn't the greatest player. And I was like,
he said that?
Yeah. And it was funnier when he said it. It just sounds mean when I say
it. What the hell?
I know. I was like, Coach. And so I think what we need to do, Mark, is lobby them to be a school of the people.
I told you what I want. Have I talked to you about this? What I'm trying to donate to?
You should tell everybody, though.
I've been trying to make a donation to Ohio State. I want to pay for the Ohio State basketball locker room to have bidets. And I'm not kidding.
What more
and
do you want?
every time I bring it up, I get laughed at. And I want all the Buckeye basketball players to have their buttholes cleaned by the Mark Titus bidets when they're getting ready for the game. That is my dream. That's all I've ever wanted. Evan Turner can have his hallway. Who cares? Boring. Evan Turner didn't even graduate from Ohio State.
That's
the thing.
See,
that's the thing.
Graduates give bidet rooms.
Yes.
Everyone else just gets hallways.
So your recruiting trip, I'm fascinated because I never actually came on a recruiting trip to Ohio State.
Yeah.
The first time I ever set foot on this campus, this is a true story. The first time I ever set foot on campus here, I was moving into my dorm. I never once visited in any capacity, much less being recruited. In fact, I didn't even know what the recruiting trips looked like on the other end because this is also a true story.
Yeah.
I'm the only four-year player under Thad Mott at Ohio State that never once hosted a recruit.
No way.
Every other player got to host recruits.
Okay.
Recruits would come to town, and it's customary that the coaches would say to the players, show him a good time. If he's yours for the weekend, then that's when you go get in trouble, and then, like, you know, things like whatever. Every other walk-on got to host recruits. Every other player got to host recruits. I was the one guy in my senior year. I asked Coach about it. I was like, Coach, why? How come I can't host a recruit? I could show him a good time. He said, Mark. He looked me in the eye and he goes, Mark, I want these guys to come here. That's why. I'm not kidding. That's a true story. So I never got to experience like anything that goes on these trips.
If you had recruited me to Ohio State, I would have been like, oh, well, I'm for sure going, because if you've got jokes, I mean, that's really all anybody needs on a sports team. Everyone's like, oh, strength and conditioning, but it's really like, no, it's the jokes that make you win games.
Yeah.
So a recruiting trip, I had also never experienced anything close to this. And they walk you through the building, and this is going to sound really stupid, Mark. Every display in the Schottenstein Center has a light box attached to it. Like, there's a wall of shoes, of all of the LeBron shoes they've had over the years.
Right.
And it's lit up from behind. There are pictures of the NBA players and WNBA players who went to Ohio State, and they are lit up from behind. Even just like the women's bathroom, it's lit up from behind.
Yep.
And I was like, this to me means that you guys mean business. If you are willing to put this much into just making things look cool.
They spend a ton of money. A great business idea right now with modern college athletics is to be the company that makes like all the signage.
Yes.
Because they'll like put like shit in the locker rooms. It's just like, it costs thousands of dollars and looks like real intricate, and then they'll tear it down in 3 years and put new stuff up.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those companies, you're just making money hand over fist.
No, totally. And it worked on me, because by the time we got to the practice gym, I was already sold, because I was like, you guys got a lot of light boxes and that feels really fancy. But then we went into the locker room, and the locker room has a fridge. You know this.
Yeah.
Mark's like, yeah, no, I know this.
Yeah.
They have Uncrustables in that fridge. You know Uncrustables, those like wrap sandwiches with no crust? And I was sold then too. And then they show me the real locker room, which has the lockers in it, but there's this massive couch, and I got to eat an Uncrustable on the couch.
That's all it takes to recruit you, huh?
Yeah, it's really easy, actually.
No wonder you ended up at Colby playing squash.
Producer Jim, do we got someone back there? Can't hear you.
I can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
What was Mark's points per game while at Ohio State?
Oh, Rob Stone.
How many minutes a game did you get, Mark?
People! Yes!
These are important questions that the people want to know. And who did you steal that sweatshirt from?
This is a...
Because it looks good on you. I'm not going to lie.
Nice to see you. Thanks for
Rob,
coming.
come join
Stone,
us.
Big Noon Kickoff. Rob.
How are we doing, Columbus?
Yes.
There he is.
Hold on. I've been dying to do this since we found out we were coming here. Ready?
Oh!
God, that feels good. I'm not even a Buckeye, but
It
that just
feels
feels
so good.
You're a Buckeye. You're honorary Buckeye.
Welcome to our friends from the great state of Oregon.
No,
As
boo.
well. I see you.
Boo. Boo.
Strength in numbers. Sit together, guys. Sit together.
Yeah,
Bucks fly together.
they've been sitting over there.
Rob, what is the pregame preparation for the guy that's going to be sitting at the desk, setting it all up tomorrow? What are you doing today?
I'm trying not to act like a college student, which is impossible when you're running down high to lane, because all you see is like, oh, I remember when I used to do that on Fridays. That looks fantastically awesome. I grew up in the East, but my dad grew up down the road, literally on Lane Avenue.
Oh, really?
So I know the
In Upper
varsity.
Arlington?
Upper Arlington,
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. My aunt still lives there, so always had a soft spot for the Buckeyes. So cool to be back here.
Yeah.
How does
and
it,
taking
how,
this in.
How do you think that week 2, week 1 was such a momentous occasion. We had fans back in the stadium. I know that Mark and I kind of lost our minds during
You guys
the jump
did well
around.
in Wisconsin.
Well, that's very kind of you to say, Rob. But we had a really good time, and it felt sort of like the beginning. And now we're at Ohio State for their first home game.
Right.
What do you think that's going to feel like?
I think it's going to buoy both programs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's something Coach Stoops brought up in our meetings that 90,000 in the horseshoe is going to elevate you, no matter if you're wearing green or neon green or yellow or whatever the hell color scheme Oregon's going with, or if you're wearing the scarlet and gray. And I think this has been like the big takeaway from college football this year is how much we miss the fan.
Yeah.
How much we miss this atmosphere.
Not this atmosphere, but the atmosphere of the game.
When they listen,
No,
when they
it-
behave, but they're
Yeah,
doing
not this
Friday
no.
atmosphere of game day.
We
Really.
love game
They're
day.
doing what they're
Crowd is
supposed to be
awesome.
doing.
We're doing it right.
We're having a lot of fun here. Give the people, so Bob Stoops is taking over for Urban Meyer on Big Noon Kickoff. Urban Meyer is a guy who won some ball games around these parts. He played Oregon one time as the head coach.
Like 2015?
2015-ish. I'm pretty sure we beat Oregon. Pretty sure we have a trophy to prove it. He used to be on the Big Noon. He used to be working at Fox. On Big Noon Kickoff, obviously. Give the people one Urban Meyer story. What is like an Urban Meyer story to give it an idea of what Urban Meyer was like on the television side of things?
Intense. That's it, intense. I happened to get a ride in yesterday when we landed from the guy who would pick up Urban and take him to the airport and then pick him up at the airport and bring him home. And he said the conversation was, "Morning, good to see you." And on the way out, it was, "Thanks, pal." That's it.
That's
and
it?
in between,
Even when he's on TV, he's not even coaching.
He was on his iPad, he's scouting, he's looking, he's making phone calls.
Wow.
One intense, dialed-in dude. And
Is Stoops that way?
Huh?
Is Stoops that way?
No.
No, yeah, just simple answer, no.
But I think Bob might be in the back right now dropping a couple Dos Equis, if I know Bob.
all right.
I know Bob is not quite Urban. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got similar DNA strains. I think all head coaches do.
Yeah.
But Urban was the most intense human being I've ever dealt with, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Bob is, there's a reason he wore a visor. If you wear a visor, right, you're that kind of dude. Spurrier wore a visor. Bob wore a visor.
That's a
Urban
big point.
does not wear a visor.
Here's a question, Rob. What does the visor say? Like if you could distill a coach wearing a visor down into the essence or the vibe, what does that mean?
I think the visor is, hey, I'll see you at the tailgate after the win, right? I'll have a couple, and then I know my Irish exit routine, but I got the visor on. I can tuck it down a little low and hide myself.
I think of John
That blew my
Gruden
mind.
when
I
I
never
think
thought
of a
about
visor.
that, but visor coaches are just a good time.
Oh yeah.
This is
That's,
you do everything for Fox. You are the face of Fox Sports. What is it about like? We're gonna assume that college football is your favorite. Is that a fair assumption that covering college football?
In this environment, you bet it is.
Yeah. What is it about college football that stands out to you? We as we said, we are celebrating the fans being back. We've kind of talked a little bit about like what we're so excited about with all of that. What is it for you that like you get your schedules? Big Noon Kickoff next week is going to be here. What is like the first thought that comes to your mind that's like, yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Energy, tradition.
Everybody, wake up! Listen to more! Listen to more!
Is that your brother?
Yeah, it's my brother.
Thank
Listen,
you,
I do
sir.
like this.
Thank you,
I had
sir.
a plan to. I promised this guy I would start my Senate campaign by the end of the night if I had a captive crowd, and he's really upset. He's a donor of mine. He's going to fund the campaign. But,
he got a free T-shirt.
Yeah,
out
he
of
got
it,
a free
right?
T-shirt. How about that?
Just the tradition, the energy, the atmosphere, the masses of humanity coming back together. And what's unique about college football is it's generational. Your grandkids, and then the kids, and it just kind of goes through this lineage, and it stays with you. I met this guy at the hotel, and he's working out, and he's like, my son gets out of quarantine tomorrow. I was like, great timing, right? You nailed the coronavirus on the exact day, so you're out for the Oregon game, but he's like, his mom went to Ohio State, and I lost him. There was no way I was going to get him to go to Texas or Texas State or whatever. He was born a Buckeye. He's going to come to Ohio, and he's going to be Ohio State. So things like that, I think, are really impressive and cool.
Rob, you've clearly seen all of these fan bases. You've been to a lot of games. Is there one game or one pre-game moment or something that stands out to you when you think about an upcoming season? You think, man, I hope I have another experience like that.
I mean, Michigan, Ohio State always hits. No matter what the records are, something about that season, that time of the season, the value of that game for both programs, no matter what the record that always hits. Texas, Oklahoma, I didn't realize it growing up in the East, but how cool that was to be down there at the Cotton Bowl and take that in. And I love to see some of the underdogs, some of these programs that don't get a lot of hype, have one of those great years like a Coastal Carolina where it matters again on campus. And I think it's important that college football doesn't exclude those programs. We love the Big Four, your Buckeyes, your Oklahoma, your Georgia, Clemson's, Alabama, whoever the Big Four is that year. But I think it's important that the other guys get a chance every year to show their mettle, just like March Madness.
Right. Let's get down to the important questions, though. You share a set with Brady Quinn and Matt Leinart, two pretty boys that spend a lot of time.
Who's prettier?
The question I have is a guy who's trying to grow my hair out and kind of, I'm trying to.
You're doing it.
Trying to look all right myself. Who's prettier? Who is the guy that I should be asking for advice on how to, stay looking fresh?
That's a no-win for me. You know what the answer is? Go to Reggie. Reggie's good-looking dude, man. I don't know what his bicep workout is, but every week I'm like, can you share that with me, please, Reg?
Do you just give up when you know you're going to be on set with
100%.
those guys? Yeah, you're just like,
I'm like, hey, Bob, come over here, hang out with me. Bob and Rob in the corner, the three of them.
Look, Rob, I got to tell you, yesterday when I went to, I was recruited by Coach
I saw
Ballmer.
the basketball pictures.
Oh, well, that is what they're going to, if I run that with my obituary, like God forbid, but if anything should happen, put the basketball pictures up. And we go into the locker room, to the weight room, and I was looking at these things and I was like, oh my God, this is, if an alien came down, they would say, what is this torture chamber? That's very intense. It's not your standard, Planet Fitness. And I tried to do a bench press and I could only do the bar and I could do it once. And, so being around these guys who were athletes are still probably, there it is, you can see the footage. It's pretty embarrassing, but
your cameraman threw you under the bus. You shouldn't zoom out to see there's nothing on the bar, just keep a tight shot.
I know, well, I was
going
to bench 350, but I didn't want to embarrass Kyle Young, who was with us. But are these guys in the gym every morning?
100%. They're all banging it out.
I think I'm doing it wrong.
I think half of them are waiting for like an NFL call, hey, another running back went down in Cleveland. I don't know, man. Give Reg a call. He's going to give you a couple good snaps. Urban FaceTimes us every week, and his statement every week is, "I need a Reggie. I need a Reggie, man. I need a Reggie."
Are you breaking news, Rob?
Oh my God. No, that's not breaking news. He needs a Reggie. He thought Travis Etienne would be that. He needs a Reggie. We all need a Reggie.
I mean, who doesn't?
Tebow
Reggie needs a Reggie.
Too? Is that why you signed Tebow for the two?
Yeah, he was like, oh, Tim will do it.
No comment on that.
No comment.
Rob, go rest your voice.
Go. We go for a run.
Go for a run.
Go for a run.
I ran here. I'm gonna go run back.
You've been here for soccer stuff too, right?
Yeah. Home of Dos Acero, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
come on. You didn't notice the shorts?
This man does everything. Yes. Rob Stone, thank you.
Big bowling community in Ohio. Love you.
We love you, Rob. Thank you so much. So good to see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody tune in to watch Rob. He's the best in the biz and the nicest guy around. And we are very grateful.
He's always on,
He's always on.
Guys that are on TV and guys that are at bars where we're doing whatever the hell it is we're doing tonight.
No, we're doing a great job. You know, I think that just got to be with the people, right?
I want to talk about the band a little bit because this was what I did yesterday. Is like I hung out with Greg Oden and we walked around campus and that was fun. Whatever, boring. What I really had fun doing was hanging out with the best damn band in the land. You last week.
Yeah, come on, the best damn band in the land, people.
Thank you. So last week you spent some time with the Wisconsin band.
I did.
And you did a great job. Like someone give Charlotte an Oscar because she was like, "Oh, this band is so good." I was like, "What makes them good, Charlotte?" And you're like, "They play music as they're walking. It's insane.
No.
You've never seen anything like it." And I'm
Hold
like,
on, Mark.
Oh
They played. Hear me out. They played "I'm Coming Out" by Diana Ross, which is one of my all-time favorite songs, into Backstreet's Back.
No.
So how could I not love that? Anyway, continue.
Have you heard of a song called "Hang On Sloopy"? Because the Ohio State band plays that one. So
Fair.
So I watched that. I was disgusted, and I was like, I got to spend some time with the band so I can come with facts and just shut you down and point to why we are the best band ever. First of all, I forget what footage we have. Do we have me trying Script Ohio? So Script Ohio, I want to set the stage with this. We're in Wisconsin, and I ask all the Wisconsin fans. They're talking about their band. They won't shut up about it. They have the audacity to talk to a Buckeye about how great their band is. So I asked them. There's me doing Script Ohio. I asked them, what is your version of Script Ohio? I was like, Ohio State band has Script Ohio. It's one of the best traditions in college football. What does your band do? And they said they play a song. And I was like, what's the song? And then they all sang it. And I was like, your band plays music? It's a band?
Wait.
Like, that's what you're
Mark,
great at?
did you do Script Ohio, but did you practice that?
No, so what I was going to show you
This was your first raw try?
What we're looking at here is, Charlotte, I wanted to point out, Script Ohio it's incomparable. That's what I learned in Madison. We're told it's incomparable as Buckeyes. I was watching Wisconsin's band. They have literally no answer to Script Ohio. Nobody does. It's incomparable.
Yeah.
And to illustrate it, I go to band practice right before they start. I asked if they would let me try to do Script Ohio on my own. This is my honest to God. I've seen Script Ohio 1,000 times, and I tried to march it on my own, and this is what I came up with.
No, this is unbelievably impressive. Are you guys seeing this?
This is good?
Yes.
Is this
my
good?
God, Mark. If I did
the
it.
H is yeah.
Look at that. Look at that, you guys.
I spelled Ohio, and then I dotted the top of the O.
No. Give it up for Mark. You crushed it, man. I guarantee you, if I had tried to do that, it would have looked like something we couldn't show on television.
So I met with the drum major. Austin was his name. He's a sophomore. And he was explaining to me, I asked him, I don't know why I had chaos on my mind, but I was just like, you'll see that. You've seen Script Ohio before?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's the guy with the funny hat and the baton, and he's marching and doing all that. And he's the guy that leads everybody in Script Ohio. And I asked him straight up, like, has any part of your brain ever thought about going rogue? Like, have you ever thought about just and do you think they would follow you?
Yeah.
And he said they wouldn't follow him anyway. So he's like, if I went rogue, I would just look like an idiot, and they would all just keep marching.
Oh,
so
my God.
If you're someone on TV who sees Script Ohio and you see the band, you're like, it's not that hard because all they're doing is following the one guy. The one guy has the hard job. He was like,
yeah.
Not really.
Everybody
He's
just
like,
knows
honestly,
it.
everybody knows it. Every single person knows it.
I love the idea of this Script Ohio guy just being like, you know what? I think I'm going to write Kansas today.
Yeah.
And just see the chaos. I mean, if you're trying to go viral, just tossing that out there might be a good idea for a band member.
The other thing that was awesome about this guy, Austin, who will be doing Script, he's the drum major tomorrow, and I want to say, there were other drum majors there, which was really weird.
Wait. There's more than one?
There's more there were drum minors, I guess. I don't know how it works. I don't know what the structure is of this thing. So they did, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. They told me that they also have alternates in the band.
Okay.
This band is so competitive that as they're practicing, you'll just see a contingent of kids over here playing their instruments and just marching in place. And I was told that every instrument has 2 or 3 alternates.
Okay.
Which makes sense, I guess, if someone rolls it. What's a band injury? Roll your ankle?
Roll your ankle.
Roll your ankle.
Blow out your knee. I mean, these people are athletes.
So they have these alternates, but this is going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Every Monday, I was told that the alternates get to challenge the guys that were in the band, the guys and girls in the band, and it's just like a duel. It's just they stand in front of the band director. I'm probably messing that up, but they were telling me that so the way the guy explained to me is so if after every game when you're at Ohio State, you could play Evan Turner one-on-one for his spot. And I was like, that's sick.
Imagine if
That is absolutely sick, because I would have won one of those.
Seriously.
I have confidence I would have won one.
You could win one, and then that day is the best day. Imagine if they came to us and they were like, Charlotte, it's you versus Matt Leinart for that spot on Big Noon Kickoff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got jokes, I got a tight 5, I've been practicing. They would never
That's
give
how
me
it
the
works.
job, but like that is an unbelievable premise. That is such a democratic
Every week
presence.
they do that.
Does it ever work? Did they tell you?
I mean, it does. It's like it keeps everyone sharp. It's competitive. It's the most cutthroat thing ever. It's crazy.
That blows my mind, because when I was at Wisconsin, there was one drum major, and he let me try to do the baton thing, and there was no one else trying to do the baton thing.
What was the baton thing at Wisconsin?
Okay, at Wisconsin, so this is actually kind of embarrassing to admit, but when I was little, I had a baton, like a band baton, that I practiced, because I think there was some part of me that thought maybe I would lead a band someday. None of that happened, so I was actually decent at doing the figure 8 because I was a loser who sat in my room practicing.
Do you actually let go of the baton, or you just go like this? Like, are you passing it, or are you just like...
Well, it was a lot of this. It was a lot of this, Mark. I'm not good, but, I'd had some practice.
Okay.
And then they taught me how to throw the baton in the air, and there was no way I was catching that. But I was worried. There were no drum minors. I was like, what if something happens to this guy, Josh? And he's supposed to be leading the band out, and, he's doing back bends over here.
Well, if something happens to Austin between now and tomorrow, they just have like a knife fight, I guess, for who gets to be the drum major.
No, they have Mark Titus.
I'll do it. Do we have footage? I don't remember if we have footage of me trying to... He showed me this thing that he spins it. One of the things our drum major does, he'll spin the baton, and it'll like hit over there, and then just like ricochet back. Like he can time out. So I tried it, and it spun, and it hit, and then it just kept going that way.
So it was like a boomerang baton.
Yeah, like a boomerang. It looks like he has it on a string.
Are you sure there wasn't an invisible
Here's me on the...
line?
They let me dot the I, too. I put on the sousaphone.
Woo, look at that.
That thing is heavy as hell.
Yeah, how did
And then I went to dip, and it just like... It almost hit my knees, so like, I don't know. It was crazy.
So when they dot the I, refresh my memory
This
here.
is me trying to... The other thing, because I had chaos on my mind, I was swiveling the hips. I told the guy, Luke. Luke is dotting the I tomorrow. 5th-year senior. Sousaphone player, obviously. He's one of those guys. This is what makes our band awesome, too.
Look at him march. Look at you go. We love it.
This is what makes our band awesome, too. Luke, like, basically told me that this was something he's, like, dreamed about for a long time. And like, he's like, I came here to do this, basically. And he's going to do it tomorrow.
Do you know what someone told me? And you had told me this, because when I heard that Mark was going to band practice, we'll get to you in a second, sir. I see you. When Mark told me he was going to band practice, I was like, oh, sick, man. I bet they'll let you dot the I for the game. And Mark was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Charlotte's like...
Never. I was like, yeah, but you're...
Charlotte thought it was a high school band where, like, if you...
No. I knew it was a college band. I knew that much.
But I mean, it was just like a... I had to explain to her that there have been, to my knowledge, I think it was like 14 people ever that did not play in the marching band have dotted the I, and it's like John Glenn, Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, yeah, it was the most fan, because I went and looked at, I was
Les
like...
Wexner.
I had no idea what a big deal this was. So I'm very glad they let you do it in practice.
When I decided I was coming to Ohio State, I got a scholarship for like a $50 Chili's gift card, I think it was, from the Ohio State Alumni Association of Indianapolis, where I was from. Okay. And I had to go to this event to pick up the gift card. It was it could get you a appetizer platter. So I was like, this is big. I need this. So I go to this event for the alumni thing, and they had a special guest. They advertised this as like, we're going to hand out this scholarship, and we have a special guest. And the special guest was just a guy named like Dave, who dotted the I in 1996 or something.
How did he?
And I was like, what game did he do? And they were like, Akron. And I was like, is there another story? And they're like, no, but he's a legend. And then I watched all the Ohio State people like treating that guy like he was John Glenn or Jack Nicklaus.
Because he had once dotted the I.
Because he had once dotted the I. And I was watching this, and I was like my Indiana brain was like, what is happening? And then I got here, and yesterday I was talking to Luke about how he's dotting the I on Saturday. And I'm like, are you nervous? He's like, my phone is blowing up. I can't, but like this guy's about to be the biggest celebrity on campus because he's going to do what I did in that video.
That is why I love college football.
Yeah.
Because there is something as simple as holding a sousaphone, which is a very cool name for an instrument.
Yep.
And you dip your head, and then you are royalty. And you know what? I did a little research, Mark.
Yeah.
It will be until they have such a long line because, especially since last year, you couldn't have fans, the band, everything got a little messed up. It will be until 2025 that there is even a chance for someone who is a non-band member to
really?
dot the I.
And it's probably going to be LeBron or something.
And it'll be LeBron James.
LeBron will convince everyone he went to Ohio State again. And then everyone will clap and be like, LeBron, we love you. You're the best. You're the best alum.
Go
Thank
LeBron.
you
We love LeBron. We got a question over here. Producer Jim.
First of all, let's go Ducks.
Turn his mic on. We can't hear him.
It's all good. So, Mark, there's two questions. Is it shampoo or conditioner?
What is
Which one's better?
Which one's more important? The shampoo or the conditioner?
Yeah, what's your hair care routine?
What's my routine? I don't have a good routine. I'm having bad hair days lately. It's throwing me off my body.
It looks great.
Conditioner is more important. It's you got to condition.
That's about the sweater. All right, you and I talked earlier. You got to talk about the sweater. And you bought that online.
I bought it on eBay when I was a student here. It's a lucky
sweater. And we
sweater.
have any idea how old it is.
Ohio State has never lost a game when I've worn this sweater for the whole game. It's a fact.
So let me ask you a question. Quick question though. You and I will talk afterwards. If you lose tomorrow, you'll give me that sweatshirt.
No, because we won't
Whoa! You've never lost with that on.
No, I've never lost if I wore it the full game. If we're losing, I take it off.
So if you lose tomorrow, if you lose tomorrow,
we're undefeated.
Hey,
it's a lucky
sir, there is no way you are
told me
getting that
earlier
sweater.
what you paid for
What
that.
do I get? What's the bet? That's not a bet. That's like
you
you're
told
holding
me
me hostage.
earlier what you paid for that. I will pay you what you paid for that.
You'll pay me what I paid
if you lose tomorrow.
But that's not like inflation on the sweater. Like
you make a hell of a lot more money than I do.
This is not a great deal.
I'll pay for that sweater if you lose tomorrow.
Can I if okay? But if we win, what do I get? Is all I'm saying.
What do you want?
When
you come to Portland. Hey,
I didn't even realize we were playing until I got here. Honestly, like it doesn't even I worry about like one game a year, and it ain't this.
You have to come to Portland, right?
What's that?
You come to Portland sometime, right?
Yeah.
I'll host you for golf and whatever you want.
All right.
I like that.
All right, I'll give you the sweater. If you guys win, you get the sweater. If I win,
you come to Portland, play golf, whatever you want to do.
I want my sweater back. Like I don't know what's the equivalent of the sweater.
Hey, but golf,
if we beat you next time, I want my sweater back.
On me in Portland.
Golf and dinner? I'll actually take that deal. Yeah.
Is that fair?
I'll actually take that deal. Yeah.
All right, good. I'm in.
We got ourselves a deal.
All right, good.
All right, there we go. We settled it. Let's make a deal.
Good work. It's good bargaining.
What did I just give away?
What
just happened?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, Mark, but I want to hear from an Ohio State fan.
He's texted his account. He's like, I got him, that stupid bitch. He's going to give me everything.
I want to hear from an Ohio State fan, and I want to know, besides Script Ohio, what you are most looking forward to. The first home game with fans in a long time.
Yep.
Who can producer Jim give this mic to?
Jim, find a Buckeye.
Come on, Buckeyes.
He's not Buckeyes. He's a Hoosier. He's already moved on to basketball season. It took one game for
the woman in the Club Trill shirt. We love it.
There we go. Yes.
Sing it.
Can we turn it on?
Singing Carmen, Ohio.
Carmen, Ohio, yes.
Okay, I don't know what this is. I am not versed in this.
Still thinks. Carmen, Ohio is what Wisconsin, like the alma mater.
Yeah.
It's Wisconsin's varsity, I think, that they were singing. It's just our version. We sing it, I don't know, all the old heads, especially the older you get, the more it hits you in the feels. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like all those students and alumni sing.
Well, I got a challenge for this bar then. When we were in Madison, there was a moment when the entire bar sang Varsity, the alma mater. Do we think that we can get this bar?
I don't think we can get this bar to do anything.
Sing Carmen, Ohio.
Question?
Too many Oregon fans?
We have a question here.
We got a question. All right.
What?
I want to trade shirts.
You want to trade shirts? All right.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now. Right now.
He already made the bet.
I suddenly am very worried about getting out of this bar alive.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get jumped by two old dudes and one by
right now. Let's go.
Right now.
Do we have security that we can get Mark out of here
What
safely?
shirt do you have, sir? Let me see. You just have a standard polo. You just have like a standard polo. Like that's not.
I can't hear you. Let's trade shirts.
Sir, I'm so sorry. We can't. We are
If you're
contractually
scared, say
obligated.
you're scared.
I don't know if this would fit you. How big are you? What's your size?
I don't want to trade his pants. I want to trade his shirt. Right
okay,
now, let's
I
go.
just want to put a little PSA out here. We are contractually not allowed to take our clothes off on camera.
We can't take our clothes off.
So we're not going to be trading clothes.
It's
I'm
written
so
in the contract.
sorry, sir.
I tried to get a thing that let us take our clothes off, and Fox said no. They said it's a PG-13 show. So.
All right, Mark. Let's talk about the game tomorrow.
Yeah, let's wrap it up and let's. Wait, you got a question?
Oh yeah.
We got a question here from an Indiana fan.
We got an Indiana fan over here. What's up?
Hey, I'm Nick. I'm also a Hoosier that found themselves in Columbus without a visit. I did go to IU, but I ended up here. So I have two questions. I have one for Charlotte. When you were with Chris Holtmann today, did you refer to Evan Turner as the villain?
Sorry, say that again.
Did you refer to Evan Turner as the villain when you were with Chris Holtmann?
You know, I didn't, because I'm going to be honest, that is probably the one Mark bit that I don't fully understand.
Did Holt pretend like Evan is like well liked in the program and stuff?
He
always complains to me. I told him I wouldn't say this on air, but like anytime we talk in private, I'm like, Holt, how you doing? He's like, it's exhausting, Mark. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, Charlotte, I had to show her the Evan Turner hallway and pretend like I don't hate Evan. And I was like, I don't. No, Evan, the bid is that Evan was the National Player of the Year my senior year at Ohio State, and I was the walk-on, and we were just like he was the cute cheerleader, and I was the girl in the bleachers that just wanted the quarterback's attention, you know. And
well, you know, Mark, I did tell Holtmann that Evan Turner hallway should be named the Mark Titus hallway.
Yeah,
so
Mark Titus bidet. That's all I want, Charlie.
The Mark Titus bidet is sweet.
I want the bidet.
I also pitched if there's a little fire alarm right when you walked in, and I wanted to put tape underneath and be like the Charlotte Wilder Memorial fire alarm.
Fire alarm would be a good one.
But I was told there were no Sharpies available conveniently. You had another question.
Yeah, Mark, where's Moses?
Moses is back home. He's in Marina Del Rey. He's gone soft. If you think I've gone soft since I moved to California, you need to see this dog. He only eats soy now. He won't even eat meat. He's like a vegetarian. He's got a gluten allergy. I don't know where that came from.
Those $100 bags.
He does yoga every morning. I wake up, my dog's like.
He's in downward dog. Moses is
disgusting.
just doing it.
Yeah, he's back home. Yeah, he's we got to get him back here. He was born in Ohio. He's an actual Ohioan. Yeah, he's an Ohio dog.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Let's talk about the game tomorrow.
I need some beer.
What is your game? What is your score prediction?
Well, you know, Charlotte, when I think about this game, I think of the three keys to the game. It's limit turnovers.
Yep.
I think it's win the battle in the trenches.
Definitely.
I think that's going to be very important. And I think it's going to be imposing your will. I think whichever team tomorrow goes out and says, we have a plan and we want to do this, and the other team is like, we don't necessarily have a plan and we don't know what we're doing, I think the team with the plan is going to be the winner. And I think it all starts at the line of scrimmage. I think you have to make shots. I think we found in college basketball time and again that making shots is sorry.
No, you know
I short-circuited there. I don't know what happened. No, we're going to beat the hell out of Oregon because that's what we do. Oregon has literally never beat us, ever. Not one time. Not one single time.
Let's go.
Not one time.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Tune in to Big Noon Kickoff tomorrow. We will be there tailgating. Have so much fun. Thank you to the Varsity Club. Thank you to Dos Equis. Thank you to our amazing team, producers, directors. We love you all. Go get some Dos Equis.
Go Bucks. OH!
OH!
All right.